We're out at Fire and Flood's headquarters here at my home in Red Deer, Alberta. I just want to pertain to some of the equipment inventory that we offer. This generator here, it's a 120 kilowatt power generator, run our 10 by 10 submersibles, which will be over on the other side of the sea can. This unit here is if we're going to have a mass water system deployed in an area with a lot of water, we'd run a submersible generator, submersible pump, and an electric generator run the submersible pump to feed the diesel drive pump. The diesel drive pump is this particular one is a 600 horsepower C9 with some enhancements. It's a 10 by 8 pump, 10-inch suction, 8-inch discharge. This is a 700 horsepower pump, 650 continuous, I believe. And this application, we would use our submersible drive to feed a diesel drive at surface. And we would use the diesel drive in the event. We just have a suction come off the end of this. If it was a lake or a shore job where the water isn't as much for a big submersible, then we'd only have a direct drive diesel pump on suction. This here's a skid steer with a custom direct drive spooler attachment. This has 200 meters, 660 feet of 12-inch, 200 PSI lay flat hose. As you can see, you can deploy this really fast off a 200 meter spool, 660 foot section. Deployment on good ground is quite fast and rapid. The skid steer is only one of our devices for laying hose. We also have Marukas, Nodwells, tractors, semi-trucks, off-road machines, foremost Delta Commander cats, various items, all kinds of specialty items. Okay, in the portable sea can, this would be what we call a job container. This is an emergency container. This container has all your parts, fittings, changeovers, crossovers, portable systems, portable 300-pound lay flat hose, 2.5 inch to 4 inch, our smaller stuff, our manifolds to go off there, our job work with all our short hoses and makeup hoses for an emergency response call out. These are our 10 by 10 submersibles. They're capable of 27 cubes a minute, 27 to 30 cubes a minute. These submersibles are powered by the electric generator that we showed on the other side. Need a 120 kilowatt generator. And these here with floats float in a mass water source if it's available. They can be put in by helicopter, picker, small crane truck, very mobile. You can drag them, they're built very strong. These here are built to save horsepower and generate power to the diesel drive that we don't have that delay. And these here are continuous. They always feed your diesel drive, so your diesel drive doesn't lose any of its power drawing suction out of the water, as this is primed and pushes to the suction. All of our product, we can get their custom name put on it. So you know if it's a state or a county. Ours of course says Fire and Flood Emergency Services. We can have stuff custom put on with unit numbers. This is a 12-inch, 200 PSI. It's the only hose of its kind in the world that I'm aware of for lay flat hose. It's 200 PSI 12-inch. This is an extruded through TPU hose capable of 200 pounds. And you can get as high as 35 cubes a minute through it with friction loss. These are our mass water systems of ice cannons that we've integrated into the main line. These connect to your main line at every 660 feet. They're capable of going 700 feet, 350 feet in one direction at 200 PSI. They're designed to overlap the area, so every joint of hose is 660 feet, 200 meters. These are designed to cover and lap and overlap every connection at that 660 feet, 200 meter increment to have no dry spots in between. These are created here so you can come off and go to small towns, 3-4 houses, some small assets along the main line that you really want to protect or that are off the grid or off the area of the main line wall of water that needs to be protected. These can also be used, these tie-in points, to boost pressures. So you can come in from other water sources along the way. As you're using that water and atomizing it, you can tie into these flanges and boost your pressure from other water sources along the way of the main line. And that's very important for people to understand because these systems can go forever continuous as long as the water supply is there. These cannons were first incepted at an angle like this. They never had the ability to just only do full circles. I then found a company that could work with me and make one that does variable angles from as it says here, 15 to 45 degrees. There's 45, 36, 27, very adjustable, very easy. This design's nice because you have the up and down angle, then you have the ability to make it at any you want. You only wanted it to go this way and all your water to go between two places, it just does that. You know, you want to go halfway, goes that way. You know, you want to do full circle, of course, it'll go all the way around. Very adjustable. This is our newest, best system that we have now developed. These are the ones we're integrated into our system. These are the manifolds of choice. All Sked 80 pipe, all 200 to 600 pound fittings. The lowest pressure fittings, 200 pound brass valve on the outside. Now these are our smaller Canon devices. These devices are much similar to that. They have a variable up and down from 15 degrees to 45 degrees. They're also half moon turnable. These would be more for going off the main line, maybe on the main line if it's not a big area. These, of course, will do less volume. Same pressure, everything's the same, capable of. But these systems would be more deployed to 3 or 4 houses off your main line. You know, you have a main line running with the big cannons, off them manifolds. We have multi-ports where we can come off and into other systems. Fire and flood, we have a really vast inventory right now. We have about 50 kilometers, 25 of which is brand new hose, 25 which was used on a single job, and we have about 30 kilometers of 12-inch in stock, in inventory. I normally, for emergency times, we're going to be operating, depending on what contracts we land through the year, we'll have anywhere from 100 to 150 kilometers in inventory between the 10 and 12-inch. In this C-Can, we have our new inventory. It's all our purchase sale inventory. This is our 2.5-inch, 50 to 100 foot hose, 300 PSI. This is all inventory for fire and watch. We've got another C-Can back there of it, as well as 2 more C-Cans on the other side with Stort's 4-inch hose. So we have an inventory 20 kilometers of 4-inch Stort's, brand new. And we have over 50 kilometers of 2.5-inch, 300 PSI bat thread hose in inventory, as well as our normal inventory for our emergency response C-Cans. These customized water screen devices are designed to go on the back of a diesel drive pump. These systems, these would hook in your suction, double suction, go to the back of that diesel drive pump I showed earlier. This unit here rotates off the pressure like a pressure washer does through these nozzles here. These nozzles spray on the screen, cleaning off all the algae and everything as they spray. If you're in a pond, slough, something that's going to clog everything up, this here sprays from the inside and continues a clean suction, also protecting the environment with fish screens, so we're not killing or harming the fish habitat. And you know, with us, we always really like to be environmentally friendly as well, even in emergency. You know, I don't think there's need for destruction, any more destruction. So everything we have is very safety and environmentally friendly and conscious. We're very environmentally conscious at Fire and Flood.